Hello, happy Thursday. I hope you are all great and having a wonderful week so far and a wonderful day so far. So I'm very excited to be sharing with you today this event all about how to create your life of freedom. And some of the things that have really profoundly helped me over the years, I'm actually going to share with you today as well. So I suppose the first thing is creating your life of freedom. It requires you to follow a few steps. So number one is, what do I really want? Okay, so it's being very completely sure as to what it is that you actually want. Okay, second thing is determine the price that you are willing to pay in order for you to achieve that goal. Like, does it require me to create discipline? Does it require me to have a mentor? Does it require me to change my environment? And then the last step then really is asking yourself, am I willing to pay that price? Okay, so you are most definitely able to achieve your goal, because the very fact that you've had that goal means that you can actually achieve the goal. So you don't have to worry, am I able? But you do have to worry about, am I willing? Am I willing to do whatever it takes in order to achieve that goal? Okay, because that's exactly, what does it take for you to reach your goal? Whatever it takes. You must do whatever it takes for you to achieve your goal. Okay, now making big jumps in life, is not hard. Okay, so don't look at it as hard. It's just different. Okay, whereas whenever you're making like 1x, 2x, jumps in life, it's all about working harder, putting in that hard graft, right? I don't know about you, but I'm definitely more interested in taking big jumps than, putting in all the hours God sent, because I have done that in the past. I've reached burnout and it's not a good place to be. Okay, now I don't know if that's something that resonates with you. Like, are you currently like working harder right now within your business or within whatever you're currently doing, and you feel like you're on the verge of burnout? Okay, that was me. That happened to me many years ago. I was involved with a health and wellness business a number of years ago, and I decided that I was 100% going for it. I decided that I was going for the next promotion. Now the next promotion that I was striving for was like one of the pinnacle positions of the company, and it came with a really lovely bonus, a 5-figure bonus, and a really lovely monthly residual income. And I made the decision at the start of the year, I am going for this no matter what. I was fully committed to that goal. I was willing to do whatever it took in order for me to get to that goal. So fast forward a few months, I reached that goal and everything was wonderful and all the rest, and it was just amazing, because only apparently 2.7% of all people who joined that company actually reached that goal. So I kind of felt a little bit special. So that was all great. A couple of months later, maybe 4 or 5 months after I hit the goal, there's something, a feather or something blowing down. I don't even see it you see it in the video? That's unreal. So 4 or 5 months later, after I hit that goal, things started to take a downward spiral. And I done the only thing that I knew how, and that was to work harder, put in more hours, work. I was sacrificing time with family, I was sacrificing time with my kids, and I just couldn't figure out what was going wrong. Now again, don't get me wrong, it's not that, I was going to be on the street or anything like that there. I was still earning a really lovely monthly income. It was allowing me to stay at home with my kids. I had so much to be grateful for, but I just couldn't figure out what was I doing wrong. And I thought to myself, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this is, I just got lucky, and maybe I'm just not meant to do this. And if that resonates with you, I would love for you to let me know, because more times than enough, we don't go after our dreams or our goals because we get this idea, we go for it, right? And maybe you come close, and like me, you fall back again, right? And it's like, it's just not meant for me. That's not the truth, okay? And this is what I'm going to speak about today, all about our programming, all about our self-image, and all about our paradigms, because every single one of us has a program. Okay, and if you look at it like, a computer has a program, and that computer, that program has a virus in it. That is like us when it comes to, getting rid of the old story that we need to tell ourselves, the old story that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, that, well, my family weren't successful, so I'm not going to be successful. That's not true. That's an old story that you're telling yourself. That is part of the problem, and that is part of, the virus code that you have within you. So if you want to reach a big goal, number one thing is you have to believe that, number one, you are absolutely more than able to achieve that, okay? Because you wouldn't have that goal unless you had that want, right? Our wants come from the true essence of who we are. We are for growth and expansion as human beings. We're not meant to stay stuck. We're not meant to stay in the one place. We are meant for growth. So it is really great that you have these big goals. But if you've had these goals, for the last number of years, and you're going for them and you're coming backwards and going for them and coming backwards, this today is really going to help you understand, number one, why that's been happening, and number two, how you can change it. Okay? Now, the currency for attracting what we want into our life is our thoughts. Okay? Our thoughts, everything starts with our thoughts. Our thoughts control our feelings control our actions, and the actions that we do will dictate the results that we get in our life. So the currency for attracting what we want into our life is our thoughts, okay? Now, we cannot look at present results if we want to look for, if we're striving for a new goal, okay? Because that's going to cause you to stay exactly where you're at. You might make some small incremental changes and up and down, but you cannot afford to look at your present results whenever you're striving for a new goal, okay? Now, self-image, what is it? Well, that's basically how we truly see ourselves deep down within. Now, it's not, a brown hair, blue eyes. It's how we truly, it's our identity, how we truly see ourselves. Maybe you see yourself as not worthy. Maybe you see yourself as not confident. Maybe you see yourself as, I know, dealing with kids and stuff like that there. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm no good at maths. But who told you that? Nobody told you that, okay? Now, how was your paradigm, or how was your self-image formed? Through things like throwaway comments. Like, I know for me, I'm talking 20 odd years ago now, a teacher making a throwaway comment, and that stayed with me for years and years and years after that, okay? But it's just creating your mind so strong that you're almost like Teflon, that these things just run off you and they don't affect you in any way, shape or form, okay? How else was your self-image, formed? Through repetition. Through repetition of saying to yourself, I'm no good at that, I can't do that, I'm no good at that, I can't do that. How else was it formed? Through your environment. So who you surround yourself with is very, very, very important in order, in achieving your goals. So are you surrounding yourself with people who are supporting you? Are you surrounding yourself with people who are encouraging you? Are you surrounding yourself with people, building you up? Because if you're not, I'm telling you now, you go and you find an environment that you can fit in there, who want to see you succeed, who has your back, and who will support you the whole way, okay? Now, our self-image and our paradigm controls 96 to 98% of our results. So they're in our subconscious mind. So it's our subconscious mind that creates 96 to 98% of our results. Our day is completely automatized. So before we even get up in the morning time, we're on autopilot, okay? Now, in order for us to change that, what do? We do the same thing that formed them, through repetition, okay? Now, let me just firstly show you how the mind works. I'm just gonna share this with you here. Okay? Now, hopefully you can all see that. Okay, so here, don't judge my circles before I start. Okay, here is our mind, okay? Now, there's two parts of our mind. We've got our conscious mind and we've got our subconscious mind, okay? Now, our conscious mind is our thinking mind. So this is the conscious mind up in here. Okay? Now, that is our thinking mind. Okay? It's our educated mind. So this is where we gather all the knowledge. Okay? But knowledge is only power if you implement it. Okay? So ask yourself the question, am I looking for information or am I looking for transformation? Because you can't have, like, obviously you can have transformation, but if you're just looking for more information, and you're not implementing any of it, it's never going to work, okay? So asking yourself, am I just interested in information or do I want transformation? Okay, so again, back to the conscious mind, it's your thinking mind, educated mind. We can choose what we want to accept into our mind. We can accept ideas. We can reject them, which is very important, because if you have an idea or you have a thought coming into your mind that's not congruent with creating the life of freedom that you want to create for yourself, you can reject that. So you can do that in your conscious mind, okay? And I'm going to show you in a minute why it's important to reject those thoughts in your conscious mind before they get to the subconscious mind, okay? Also, you can originate ideas in here in your conscious mind, okay? Now, next part of our mind, the second part of our mind is called the subconscious mind, okay? Now, that's what we call our emotional mind. Okay, it's like our heart, okay? Conscious mind, thinking mind, subconscious mind, emotional mind, right? Now, here's the big difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, right? Your subconscious mind doesn't have, it has to accept, okay? It doesn't have the ability to, go through thoughts and see which one you want to accept and which one you want to reject. It has to accept what is given to it by the conscious mind, okay? Must accept. Okay, now, like I said, it must accept what's given to it, right? So if, for example, you're thinking you're not good enough, I'm not worthy, so on and so forth, right? If you don't catch that in your conscious mind, that is going to come into your subconscious mind, and you're going to become emotionally involved with that. So that's going to affect the actions that you take, therefore dictating the results that you get. So if you're constantly thinking, I'm not good enough at that, I'm no good at this, I can't do that, that's too hard, what results do you think that you're going to get? Definitely not the ones you want, right? So start being so mindful of what you are allowing to, what thoughts you're allowing to creep into your subconscious mind, okay? So making sure that your dominant thought is that of what you want, not what you don't want. Because if you're constantly thinking thoughts of what you want, what you're putting out, you're getting straight back. So if you're thinking about debt, if you're thinking about not being able to do something, if you're thinking about not being able to build the business the way that you want to, if you're thinking about not being able to reach that promotion in work, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get it, right? So you've got to change that around to thinking about abundance, thinking about, creating the life of freedom for yourself. What does freedom look like for you, right? Thinking about, yes, I'm getting this promotion, using your imagination to see what it is that you actually want, okay? Now, again, with your subconscious mind, it's your emotional mind, it must accept, right? And it cannot determine the difference between what's being real and what's imagined, right? And here's what's good for us. Because if it cannot determine the difference between what's real and what's imagined, we must use our imagination to constantly feed our mind with images of what we want, okay? We must impress those images into our subconscious mind like we already have achieved them. So using our imagination to do that, right? So it cannot determine the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So again, this is where we have to use our imagination to see that future self. What does that life of freedom look like for me? What sort of income does that mean? What sort of memories am I able to create for my family? What sort of memories am I able to create for myself? What sort of house am I in? Am I in my own home? What does it look like? How do I talk? How do I walk? What attitudes does that future version of myself have? What sort of car do I drive? Okay, what sort of business do I have? Do I have people working in my business? All of these things You must create an image of that future self. Because if you don't have a goal, if you don't have an image of what it is that you actually want, how can you get there? So it's like jumping into your car, right? And just taking off. Where are you going to end up if you just drive? You're going to end up somewhere, of course, but it might not be where you want to end up. So it's the same with life. If you don't have a goal, you're going to end up somewhere, of course, but it might not be where you want to end up. So it's so important to have a goal. And this event today is all about creating a life of freedom, right? But freedom looks so different to every single person. So you define, what does freedom mean to you? What income do I have? What savings do I have maybe in the bank? Do I have a business? What sort of business do I have? How does that business run? How do I look? How do I dress? How does my hair look? So all of these things, having that clear vision of what that goal means for you is absolutely imperative in order for you to achieve the next level for you. Okay? Now, here's the thing, right? So again, go back to the conscious mind. It's your thinking mind, your educated mind. You can choose ideas, you can accept or reject thoughts, because we all have thought power coming in here, okay? That is our thinking. I don't know why that is there. Move that up. That won't move up. Anyway, this is our thought power coming to and through us, right? So we have so many thoughts every single day. So we must be so careful with what we accept and what we allow to seep into that subconscious mind. So making it all about the images of what you want. And if a thought comes into your mind that is not congruent with your future self, you must reject that thought and straight away replace it with a new thought, okay? Now, here's the thing that I didn't know either, is that your mind controls your body. Okay, your body is only an instrument of your mind. So whatever your mind tells it to do, your body is going to do, right? So if you have, for example, again, you are thinking about, something that you don't want, not good enough, for example, okay? Or I can't do it. Okay, you are impressing that into your subconscious mind. Right? So you're going to get a feeling of maybe fear or worry or doubt or whatever, right? That then is going to be impressed into your body. That's going to be a negative vibration, okay? Now, manifestation, so many people talk about it, right? It's not a primary law. The law of vibration is the primary law, right? Which basically means that whatever vibration you're in will dictate what you attract to you. So if you are in this vibration here, do you think you're going to attract all the things that you want to you? Absolutely not, right? So you've got to change the thoughts in. So if that thought comes in, not good enough, you're going to change that thought. You're going to go, I am enough. I am worthy. I am creating a life of freedom. Now, again, you're going to have to clearly define what freedom is, but just to get the idea. So if you're thinking those thoughts and you're allowing those to go into your subconscious mind, how do you think you're going to feel? You're going to feel excited. You're going to be, then you're going to impress that into your body. You're going to have a positive vibration. So you're going to step out then and you're going to take action. So action. Action, right? And with every action you take will create an equal and opposite reaction, and this is going to be your results. So all your conditions, your circumstances, your environment will all change in order to get the result, but your result is going to be based on your action. Your action is the manifestation of your feeling, and your feeling is a manifestation of your thoughts. So everything, can you see this now? Everything that we do in life starts with our thoughts, okay? Now, all changes, the subconscious mind will only actually give you what you feel like you deserve. Again, it's the emotional mind, it's the feeling. So this is This is our thoughts, feelings, and actions, okay? So your subconscious mind will only give you what you feel like you deserve, okay? And we will only attract that what we are in harmony with, right? So if we're up here, if we're putting out to the universe the negative ideas, the negative thoughts, then that's exactly what's going to be given straight back to us. It's like a boomerang. Whatever we put out, we get back, okay? So we want to always make sure that our thoughts are dominant thoughts. Now, this doesn't mean that, you're positive thinking all day long. This doesn't mean that. It means that you're doing accurate thinking. You're thinking from your goal, okay? That's your dominant thinking of what you want, right? So even tipping the scales at 51% versus 49%, then that's what you go with to start with, and always becoming 1% better every single day, to eventually that you are way up there with seeing what you want completely, almost always, okay? Now, all changes start with your subconscious mind, okay, and your self-image, okay? Now, this will take place through, like I said, through your thoughts, through your feelings, and through your actions, right? Now, let me just, I suppose, show you firstly how the self-image works, right? So for example, again, we're going to show the mind, and we're going to show the body down here. Okay, up here again is our conscious mind, subconscious mind. Okay, now say your self-image is that you are overweight. Okay, I always use this example because I think everybody at some point in their life can relate to this. Okay, now maybe you can't, but I know, or maybe you just know somebody that you can relate this to, right? So your self-image is overweight, right? Now that's how you see yourself. That's what you think about yourself. Now, up in your conscious mind, you've got the idea that you want to diet and you want to lose weight, okay? So your body goes into action, and it's like you're eating healthy, you're going for walks, you're drinking your 2 liters of water, everything's going amazing, right? So say, for example, you started off at 10 stone, right? That's where your self-image is set at, okay? But you want to lose 1 stone. So you get down to 9 stone and you're all happy, you're so confident in your clothes, you're feeling amazing, you're looking amazing, and then all of a sudden a couple of pounds go back on, then another go back on, and then another go back on, okay? Then before you know it, you're back to your starting weight of 10 stone. Why did that happen? Because your self-image is that you were overweight, and you never altered that self-image whilst you were losing the weight, okay? And here's the thing. Losing weight is not a great way to say it. You want to say, I want to release weight, because when you lose something, your brain or your mind automatically wants to find it again, okay? So you want to say, I'm releasing weight, okay? And then you want to alter your self-image as you are doing it. I'm going to show you throughout this call then how exactly to do that, but it's through repetition, because self-image was formed through repetition. So you must alter it through repetition. So for example, you can create an affirmation for yourself and you can record it on a ThinkUp app and you can listen to it many times throughout the day. Like, I am so happy and grateful now that I am releasing weight effortlessly and easily. I am feeling amazing. I am full of energy and I am so confident in everything that I wear. So that would be an example of how to change your self-image from having it being saying to yourself, I'm overweight, okay? So that's exactly what you say to yourself, but you do that over and over and over again, multiple times a day, and that repetition will then create a new self-image of, being that you're releasing weight effortlessly and easily, you're feeling fantastic, you're so full of energy, and you're feeling confident in everything that you wear, okay? So that's how your self-image works. So say for example, you're in business, right? And you decided that, in here, let me just see now, I'm going to take this out of here seconds. So in here, your current turnover is 100K per year, right? We're only going to use it as examples, okay? Now, then, for example, you say, I'm so motivated, I'm so excited, I'm going for this goal, right? And your goal is, say, 200K, okay? Now, as I said, you're so excited, you're putting in the work, you're working, and you get up to like 120 and you think, oh my God, this is amazing. You get 130, 150, 160, and then it's like, comes back the way. Because what your self-image does, it's almost like, it measures like the deviation from your set goal, right? So your set goal, as far as your self-image is concerned, is 100K, right? So by you going to 160, that's measuring the deviation between the two, and that's going to bring you right back down on track, back down to the 100K, unless you change your self-image as you're doing it. Like that as well, create an affirmation for yourself on ThinkUp app, record it, listen to it over and over and over again. I am so happy and grateful now that I am turning over 200K every single month, year, whatever you want, in my business. I am transforming lives every single day. I am making a difference. It is done, thank you. Okay? So doing things like that, that's how you're going to alter the self-image while you take the action alongside it, and that's how you're going to get the results. Okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about today is a paradigm, okay? So what is a paradigm? Your paradigm is a multitude of habits that are stored in a section of your subconscious mind. And your paradigm is almost like a con man, right? It wants you to stay stuck where you're at. It doesn't want you to step out and create new goals. It doesn't want you to step outside your comfort zone. Your paradigm wants to defend like its operating system, all right? Which is your programming, okay? Now, your paradigm affects our ability to earn money, your finances, and it affects your use of time, your productivity, your health, relationships. Almost every aspect of our life is determined and controlled by our paradigm. Again, it's another program, but we all have great paradigms. Like driving a car is a paradigm, because you just get into the car, you drive, and you don't even think about it because it's a complete habit to you. You just do it without even thinking, okay? So that's an example of a really good paradigm, right? But our other paradigms is that, I'm not worthy, it's the money, the whole money mindset thing. And so many people that I speak to I even got asked this question yesterday, like, how do I change my mindset towards money? Okay, but you've got to change the paradigm, because your paradigm is the primary cause of your results. So if you ever want to see where or how your paradigm is set, you look at your results. You look at the results, and that will tell you the picture. That will tell you exactly where you're at. So we've got to change the paradigm. So how do we do that? Right. So for example, you are here. This is you. Okay. Up here is your goal. So this is where you want to be. Okay, in the middle, this drawings are, these pens are not the finest. So in here, you've got your paradigm. Okay, now you want to reach for that goal. But if you're thinking to your goal, if you're thinking about your present circumstances, you're going to be here, you're going to hit that wall, and you're going to bounce straight back. Okay? Because there you were thinking exactly from where you're currently at. Okay? You're thinking about what's in the bank account. You're thinking what's on the business profit and loss account. You're thinking about, oh my God, it's Christmas coming up. Oh my God, this, that, and the other. I have this to pay, I have that to pay. Right? You have got to think, you cannot continue to think from your present results, because if you continue to think from your present results, that's exactly what you're going to get. Remember what I said further up? Whatever you think about and you emotionally involve yourself with, your subconscious mind has to accept that. Okay, so that's giving you more of that, and whatever you put out into the universe, you are going to get back. Okay, so change your thinking. What you want to do is you want to think from your goal, right? So you're here and you want to just go straight through there, and you want to think from your goal. Yes, it's going to require courage. It's going to require you to bet on yourself. It's going to require, a lot of discomfort, right? But that's the whole point. The whole point of setting a big goal is for you to grow. It's for you to upgrade yourself. For every new goal that you want, you have got to upgrade you. You have got to up-level you. You have got to, upgrade your thinking, upgrade your disciplines, upgrade your attitude, okay? every new goal is going to require a new level of you. Okay, then you're at this level, you want to go to the next level and the next level and the next level, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you must always think from your goal. And what do I mean by that? So whatever we spoke about earlier on there about creating a life of freedom, and asking yourself, what does that freedom look like to you? Okay, so writing out a version, your future self. Okay, how much money you're earning, what sort of life you're living, what sort of holidays do you have, what sort of memories are you creating, what sort of business do you have, all of that. Okay, and that's your goal, that's what you focus on. So you go there to, so me, for example, I'm going to Tara a year from now, okay? And I'm making decisions from her. I'm not making decisions based on where I'm currently at, because if I make decisions based on where I'm currently at, I'm going to continue to get the same results, okay? But I want to grow. I'm here, like you, for growth and expansion. I want to become better, okay? So I've got to start thinking from my goal of a year's time. This is what I'm going to be doing. So I need to make decisions from that goal. I need to act like that person, okay? I need to think like that person. I can't be thinking, thoughts of scarcity and lack. I have to be thinking thoughts of abundance and prosperity, okay? Just like you. If you want to achieve your goal, you cannot think lack and limitation. You have to start thinking about abundance, prosperity, all of that, okay? So you're going to make decisions from that person. You're going to act like that, future version of you. You're going to like talk like that person. You're going to make an impact like that person. Okay. So starting to make decisions based on, from your goal, not based on where you're currently at. Okay. Most people want to take the shortcut. Okay. I'll put my hand up. This definitely was me a couple of years ago. It's like, what's the quickest way for me to get there, right? But here's the thing, right? What happens when you're looking for the shortcut? You are completely dominated. I'll turn this back on again here. You are completely dominated by the old paradigm, okay? So you're going to keep hitting off against, where's my pen here now again? You're going to be keeping hitting, you're going to be operating off that. So you're going to keep banging into that paradigm, banging in, and then you're going to always revert back to where you are, because that's the law. Okay? Now, you're only seeing yourself based on, current results if that's what you continue to do. If you're looking for the shortcuts, you're only going to be seeing yourself from your current results, right? And you can't say, I'll just work harder, I'll do more hours. Because here's the thing, you actually cannot, I'll stop the share, you actually cannot outperform your self-image. You just can't do it. And that's what I tried to do a number of years ago. I tried to work harder, put in more hours. You cannot outperform it. It just cannot be outperformed. You must go to the primary cause of the results, and that's the self-image, and that is the paradigm. And that's what you need to focus on changing through repetition. Like I just mentioned earlier on, create an affirmation for yourself based on what your goal is, and, listen to that numerous times a day, okay? If the programming doesn't change, nothing's going to change. You're going to continue to get the same results over and over and over and over again, okay? When the program stays in control, because the paradigm, like I said, is a con man, right? It tells us things that aren't true, right? When that paradigm is in control, nothing is going to change. But whenever you change the program, whenever you change the paradigm, you're going to start creating the results that you want, okay? Whenever you impress that goal into your subconscious mind over and over and over and over again through repetition, you're going to turn that goal into a desire, okay? And then everything changes. You're going to attract the opportunities that you need. You're going to, maybe some people are going to come into your life. Everything, you're going to attract everything that you need for the fulfillment of that goal, okay? Now, expectation is also a huge thing. So what are you expecting to happen? Okay? People who earn a lot of money don't try harder for it. They expect it to happen. Okay? So what are you expecting? Are you expecting things to go wrong? Are you expecting for that goal not to happen? Or are you expecting everything to go your way? Are you expecting for you to reach that goal? Are you expecting that it's going to be easy for you? Okay, because here's the thing, nothing is easy or hard or wherever. It's how we see it. It's what we make of it. All right. So what are you expecting? Expect wealth. Expect abundance. Expect prosperity. Okay, abundance and prosperity isn't just about money, it's about an abundance of health, it's about an abundance of relationships, all of that. So creating that life of freedom, what are you expecting? Are you expecting abundance or are you expecting scarcity and poverty? Okay, so change your expectation. So how do you change a paradigm? Through repetition. So it was repetition that got it there in the first place. Through things that you've heard over and over again. You're not good enough. This wasn't good enough. That's not good enough. So on and so forth. Okay. Excuse me. So you must change the paradigm through repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Creating a new model. Okay. We don't fight the old. We don't wonder why is it like that. What we want to do is we want to create the new model based on your goal. So creating that life of freedom, what is that goal for you? So you're going to create a new model based on that goal, okay? And you're going to think from your goal, you're going to act from your goal, and you're going to start feeling from your goal, okay? So auto-suggestion, again, is one of the most important ways in order for you to change your programming, okay? The ThinkUp app is absolutely incredible, and I use it every single day. Let me just see if I can take it up so I can show it to you here for a second. Yeah, so it's literally on my front. So that's it there. So ThinkUp. So what you can do there is you can download the app, you can record your affirmations, and you can repeat them over and over and over again, okay? I would highly recommend that you set an alarm on your phone every 3 hours and do that listen to it for 5 minutes, okay? Do that every day. It's the repetition, it's the consistency every single day, right? Now, here's the other thing. Ask yourself, am I interested in achieving my goal or am I committed, right? Because when you're interested, you're only going to do what is convenient, right? But when you're committed, fully committed, all in, you will do whatever it takes and you will only accept results and not excuses. So asking yourself, am I committed or am I just interested? Okay? Now, again, how do we change paradigm? Think from the goal. Making decisions from the goal, thinking, acting, feeling from that person, okay? What new habits do I need to install? And if you have a few, work on 1, 2 max that you can install. Is it discipline? Is it attitude? Is it, getting up early in the morning time? Is it doing a morning routine? Is it doing an evening routine? So whatever it is for you, you pick one, as I said, 2 max, and you only work on them. Don't try and do everything at the one time. Don't be over promising yourself and then under delivering, because that harms your self-image also. Because you could say, oh, I'm always breaking promises I make to myself. I can't do that because I'm not committed. I'm not disciplined enough. You can create the discipline in your life if you want to, okay? But again, it's going to take a big goal. It's going to take a big why, and it's going to take you to be really committed to that goal. And when you're committed, like I said, you're going to do what is necessary. You're going to do whatever it takes, and you will only accept results and not excuses, right? Then you're going to start thinking and feeling and acting like that person. Make decisions like that person. Not making decisions based on where you're currently at, because when you're doing that, you are allowing the paradigm to take control again. You're allowing your present results to dictate, what your future holds. Because our thinking today creates our future for tomorrow. So what are you thinking? So think about that very carefully. Our thinking today creates our tomorrows, creates our future. So are you thinking about what you want, or are you thinking about what you really don't want, right? Take massive inspired action, right? Taking action is one of the main things that is going to really improve your confidence. And like a lot of people say, but what do I do? Take inspired action, get in flow, really mentally rehearse, what it is your future self looks like, what it is your goal looks like, right? And ask yourself before you go into that meditation or whatever, what are the things that I need to do? You're always going to get the answers. You have everything that you need within you to achieve any goal you set your mind to, okay? But take the first step. You can't climb the mountain. You can't get to the top of the mountain without taking the first step, okay? One step. Then the way will be shown to you for the second step. Same thing as, I was just chatting to somebody this morning, and it's the same thing as, jumping into a car. And, I'm in Donegal. So if I typed in So I'm leaving here in Donegal and I want to get to Cork, for example, right? And I type into the sat nav Cork. It doesn't give me all of the steps at the one time. It will only give me the steps as I'm coming up to the next turn off. So like I come out of my house, it's going to tell me to turn right. I go to the bottom of my road, it's going to tell me to turn left. It won't tell me anything else until I need to take the next turn off, until I need to take the next step. It's the same with you. We all have a success mechanism, okay? And that kicks in whenever like we have our own like internal GPS system, and that kicks in with every step that we take. But that won't kick in if you don't take any action, right? So if I didn't leave the street in the car, my sat nav wouldn't tell me what to do next because I'm still sitting here. So it's the same with you. So you must take massive inspired action, being in flow, not being too mechanical, because when you're mechanical, you're in your head, okay? And we don't want that. And saying to yourself, like, I am the type of person that achieves all of my goals. I am the type of person that can go and buy whatever I want, when I want. I'm the type of person that goes on 5 holidays per year. I'm the type of person that whatever, so like filling your mind with those thoughts as well. Now, if you increase your confidence 10x, like if you 10x your confidence, you're going to 10x your results by default. Okay? How do you increase your confidence? By taking the action, by doing the thing that you resist. So whenever you resist doing something, get into the habit of just do it now. I feel resistance, I feel fear, boom, do it now. The more that you do that, the more that your confidence is going to grow. The more that your confidence is going to grow, the more that your energy is going to show. And the more that all of that happens, you're going to get in the right vibration. You're going to start taking action, inspired action towards your goal. And before you know it, you're going to 10x your results as well. So how do you constantly push yourself to your limits? You don't. You need somebody to help you, okay? You don't do it alone, right? What environment are you surrounding yourself with at present? You know, like proximity. Who are you spending the most time with? Are you spending time with people who are where you want to be? Are you spending time with people who you know that can get you to where you want to be? So you don't do it alone. You have to have a really supportive environment around you. And the last thing that I want to ask you today is I want you to ask yourself, am I set up to win? Am I set up to win? Because if you're not, guys, get set up to win, because this life is too short. You have got to start living the life that you truly want to live. Start living that life of freedom. Start living, creating those memories, having those holidays, having those experiences, because it's there for you. You have everything that you need within you to achieve that. You are infinite, okay? There is no limit to what you can achieve. So listen, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any other questions or anything like that there, please do let me know and contact me. But listen, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk to you very, very soon.